What's going on, guys? Like I promised you, I want to do a little update on what's been going on in my life recently, and with recently I mean really over the past 12 months, so a good amount of time. Today's video is also sponsored by BetterHelp, which is a therapy platform, which I'm excited to be talking about. It's going to be part of catching you guys up with what's been going on with me as well. But I want to start with talking about my feelings towards fashion over the past 1, 2, 3 years. There's been a lot of changes in the fashion industry in terms of the trends, and I feel like for the first time in a long time, maybe it's age related, maybe it's just because I feel like I've kind of found my style more than I ever had, but I feel like it's a lot harder for me to keep up with trends and follow along with different things the way I used to. So I felt for a long time fairly disconnected from fashion. Overall, I just got very demotivated when it came to fashion content, and that was for many different reasons. But when you're already demotivated, it's really hard to also be a public person and put yourself out there on a daily basis and deal with comments that aren't positive, that are whether they're, just random comments of people being like, you don't know what you're doing, whatever. I frankly don't even have any proper examples off the top of my head, but I just know that it felt really, really difficult to continue to put content out because I felt like there wasn't a lot of appreciation. And if I'm already struggling to put it out to begin with, and then it's not an overwhelming feedback from the people, and on top of that, a separate topic, the algorithm, my accounts are fairly old, both on Instagram and on YouTube, and older accounts were getting less featured. So not only was I not getting shown a lot, but when I was getting shown, I was getting a good amount of negative feedback. When at the bottom of it all, I wasn't really sure that I wanted to do this anymore anyway. So that's why I've, especially on YouTube, it's been a true struggle to kind of continue up with the content the way I used to. There's a lot of younger guys out there now. Brandon Balfour is coming to mind. Emmanuel, I'm going to link these guys down below. They're younger guys. They're still super excited about this, and they're also a lot more in touch with the styles that are going on right now. So I felt like I was getting replaced, and I was accepting that. You know what I mean? So I was pushing that out less. So here's where I've landed in terms of fashion. I'm 31, about to turn 32, and I will be dressing the way I like. And I think it's also going to be less trend-driven, even less trend-driven, and a lot more tailored, a lot more suiting, a lot more of the things that just make me feel good. And I will be sharing that in the content formats that I like the most, and ironically you guys too, based on recent polls that I've done with you. That's getting dressed. It's what I wore this week here on YouTube, and then on Instagram and TikTok it's going to be those get ready with me videos where I either talk through it with you guys or just feature some music. But overall, it's just been the topic for me over the past year and a half has very much been finding back to myself. Maybe for the first time in my life in 31 years. For the longest, I was always focused on trying to please others. Early on, my parents, my dad, my mom, my trainer in soccer, my friends, and now I'm coming more into my own, which is a result of not months, but years of therapy that have been absolutely essential in guiding myself down the path to me, if that makes any sense. Now, this is the perfect time to talk about today's sponsor, which I'm also really, really excited about for a reason that I'll tell you later on in the video. But this video is sponsored by BetterHelp, the largest online platform when it comes to therapy. For that, let me hop on the laptop to show you guys why BetterHelp is basically the equivalent of going to a custom tailor to get your suit done. You're accessing, like I said, the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. You're tapping into a network of about 30,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in many different areas. So depending on what you might struggle with, there is someone there for you. And to make sure that you're actually getting assigned to the right therapist for you, you have to answer several questions in the beginning to kind of get to know you a little bit and what you might need out of therapy. Once BetterHelp then matches you up to a therapist, you can talk to them however you please. So you can just text with them if that's something that is a bit more convenient to you, where you feel like you need a little bit more guidance throughout the week, or you can schedule live sessions with them whenever it's convenient for you as well. Of course, if the therapist isn't a right fit for you, you can always switch to someone else, which is really important. Finding the right therapist, speaking from experience, is the biggest thing in therapy, and especially getting started can be very overwhelming and maybe a little daunting, but don't be afraid to try out a few different people. BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched with someone great for you right off the bat, but if you still feel like you need to adjust, please do that. It really is absolutely essential in the success of therapy for you to feel comfortable with who you're talking to. So bottom line, really, you get the same benefits that you get from in-person therapy in real life at a much greater value. It's significantly more affordable at $80 a month. You have a lot more scheduling flexibility. And like I said, finding your therapist is made a whole lot easier by BetterHelp. So you can try this out. Save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com. That's BetterHelp, betterhelp.com. The link is right here on screen as well as down below in the description box for you guys to check out, so you can give it a try and hopefully find some help if you feel like you need some. So that's BetterHelp, but like I said, I've been enjoying the benefits of therapy, and I think it also guided me through a major life update that I haven't publicly announced or hadn't publicly announced on social media yet. But as you guys likely know, I was engaged, and I am no longer engaged as of about 8 months ago. So that was a major life change. For the sake of her privacy and my own, I'm not going to go into that too much. I know that we lead fairly public lives, and to some extent, you might be curious, or you might feel like you're entitled even to know some more of the details. But for privacy's sake, I hope you can just respect that we decided to part ways, and I wish her nothing but the best, absolutely, in the future. But that's a major life update, and therapy was a huge part in guiding me through that. And like I said, the topic had been finding back to myself, or finding myself, and that was also part of the change that I went through. Now, looking forward, before we look forward, I want to look far back for a quick second. Fashion was something that gave me a lot of self-confidence when I was growing up, and after that, it was also me working out, my body. Still something external, but at least one level lower. And eventually, the thing that gave me the most confidence was the work I did with my spirit, my soul, my psyche, therapy. So, do you remember I wanted to start Endorphin because I figured, hey, I had one Dapper Street, which was fashion, then Endorphin, which was body. And then I wanted to eventually lead into conversations like modern masculinity, what does it mean to be a man nowadays? How do you deal with your emotions? How do you tackle those things? And I guess I'm just not passionate enough about the fitness content. So Endorphin came and went, but I'm hoping to put a lot more content out that is focused on mental health, which is why, and that's what I was alluding to before, I'm excited to be partnering with BetterHelp and having a sponsor in the realm of the direction that I want to go into, which is a lot more about things that I think truly, truly matter. While fashion absolutely helped me build my self-confidence, what helped me truly come into it was therapy and reading the right books and listening to the right podcasts and having the right conversations. So I'm hoping to give that to you guys in the future. I hope this update is sufficient to all of you. So I am planning on posting more on YouTube again, maybe not as regularly as I once was. And like I said, very limited in terms of the content I'm putting out. But that is the update. I hope you guys appreciate this little chat. I hope it sheds some light on some topics that maybe we're a little bit in the dark for a few months now. But thank you, especially if you made it until here, for watching today's video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I still do, of course. You've brought me here to this very place that I'm in right now. And things just changed a lot, and I'm hoping to at least continue to give you some value in a way that works for me, for you. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon with the next video. One more time, thank you for BetterHelp. And if you feel like any of this resonated with you, please make sure to seek some help, some BetterHelp. Link is down below for you guys to check that out. And I'll see you soon with the next video. Until then, as always, stay dapper and stay happy. Bye.